Some of the favorite words I ever hear spoken is my dear brother, Pastor Howard, whenever he had some kind of trouble or some tragedy, losing his dear wife Doreen, he has this saying, but I'm at peace with it. He says, but I'm at peace. And I believe that because he walks it out. And when I see the saints of God walking out God's peace, I'm blessed. I admire you. Well, we might ask, why is it then that some of us don't seem to be like that all the time or experience the peace all the time? After all, he has left it to all of us who believe. But at times, some of us may be in a panic, even a frenzy. Well, that brings us to our third point. It says, let the peace of God rule in your heart. You see, there is always our responsibility. God, when I got saved and I converted and God gave me his peace, he didn't take away my mind or my feelings or my response to circumstances and things around me, or didn't take away my vision of things I see or things that I comprehend around in the world. Didn't take them away. No. But you see, I have to trust him. I have to act upon what he has promised. It's always an act of faith. Faith manifests all the time in our relationship with the Lord. He said, let not your heart be troubled. You see, fear and anxiety can rise up in all of us, but we are to turn to him in faith and put our trust in him. That's my responsibility. You see, fear and faith are mutually exclusive. And Colossians chapter 3, verse 15 has a very similar meaning, but it's put in the positive. And let the peace of God rule in your heart, to which also you were called in one body, and be thankful. Let the peace of God rule in your heart. That's something we have to do. To let the peace of God rule in our heart. Always that act of faith. Always. On our behalf. You see, his gift does not mean that we be immune to that which may disturb our spirit. And there is much in this world that can cause us to lose our peace if we allow it to do so. If we are glued to the TV and the programs that provide commentary on the news, we may find anxiety rising up within us. Not that we should bury our heads in the sand and not be aware of current affairs. I'm not saying that. But I have found myself allowing these things to affect my attitude and rob me of my peace. We have to regulate that input. Regulate that input. He gives us peace, but it is for us to treasure that peace. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Let your request be made known unto God. You find some of these things disturbing you, and take it to the Lord.